Hello my quilting friends, Leah Day here with a new quilting basics video. Today I want to show you how to make a cutting template. There are a lot of times in quilting where we want to work with an unusual shape that's hard to cut with just a regular straight, square, or rectangular rotary ruler. So in this video we're going to learn how to make a cutting template using freezer paper so we can cut an odd shape together. The first step to creating your cutting template is to print it out, and I've cheated a little bit. I've gone on ahead and printed this onto freezer paper, which will make it that much easier to turn it into a template. So the first step is to press a piece of plain freezer paper down on your pressing board, and what this does, I'm pressing waxy side down so that way it heats up and it sticks to the pressing board. And now I'm going to top it with my template, and this is again waxy side down. And when you press freezer paper waxy side down like this, it will stick to itself. And then it forms this nice rigid template that is easier to cut with. So I'm using a rotary ruler here to line up with those straight lines. I'm going to press firmly, and I'm making sure that I am including that marked line. I don't want to lop off that marked line if I can help it. So be real careful not to let your rotary cutter slip, so that way you're getting a nice accurate template cut out. And you might need to grip it kind of slightly off the paper because the paper will tend to be more slippery than fabric. So I'm just going to cut this out. Now, if you have a template, a cutting template that has curves in it, you'll want to cut out your straight lines first with a rotary cutter, just like this, and then you'll want to cut out any kind of curve. If you were doing a curved edge petal, you'll want to cut that out with scissors, and that's just a better method, and you want to cut it out real nice and smooth so that way whenever you go to cut, you're going to get that nice smooth curved edge. So that's how you create your cutting template. If you're in a little bit of a hurry and you'd rather not have to make this for every single Dresden plate this year, you can find all of the templates that we'll need in the Dresden plate template set available at leahday.com. So you can always check that out too. So now let's learn how to use this to cut out our Dresden plate petals. I'm going to take the template and I'm going to grab just a kind of thin rotary cutting ruler. And I have cut a 5-inch strip of fabric here, which is the size that we need to cut these pointy edge Dresden plates. So I'm going to line up this rotary ruler, and I'm lining that up right with the edge of that template. And I'm doing this because if I just cut on the paper, the chances that I would end up cutting some of that paper off is pretty great. So instead I'm using this rotary ruler as my guide so I don't cut off more than I want. I don't cut off the paper. So I flip the strip over and realign this edge, and the reason why I bother with this flipping is because I want to keep cutting with my dominant hand. I'm going to take that ruler and line that back up with the edge of the template, making sure I don't want to add any extra space, but I also don't want to cut off any of that paper, right? So there we go, I make that cut, and I think my rotary cutter, yep, it's a little dull. I need to change that blade. Once you cut one angle, you can then cut the next angle. This is the nice thing, it doesn't use up very much fabric to cut these Dresden plates because they nest together like this along one strip. So once you get it set up here, then you can just line up your ruler and cut the next one. So you're just going to keep working down the line just like this, just rotating the template to cut the next one. Let me show you how to use the template from the set. It's the exact same process, but instead of having to use the paper template plus the rotary ruler, all I have to use is just the template itself, press firmly, and cut across. So that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed learning how to create and cut with a homemade cutting template. It's not hard to do, but it's one of those things that can open up a whole new world of quilting for you. If you have any questions about this process, please ask in the comments below. I'm here to help you make beautiful quilts. Until next time, let's go quilt.